"This package is yours, human," said the alien woman. Then I learned what was inside the package. I had never seen her before. Not in this quadrant. Not in any of the systems my ship had traveled through. She stood at the edge of the dense violet forest on the planet Literon 7. Her body was tall and slender with skin that shimmered like liquid silver under the twin suns. Eyes glowed with amber light, and her clothes seemed to be stitched from strands of energy itself. She held a package in her hands. Small, tightly wrapped in fabric that looked aged by time and travel. Her voice, when she spoke, was soft, like wind through hollow metal. "This package is yours, human," she said. I blinked confused, unsure why an alien I had never met would say such a thing. "What is it?" I asked. Her gaze did not waver. "You must open it when you are alone and far from here," she said. "Why me?" She did not answer. She only placed the package in my hands and walked into the trees without a backward glance. I stood there stunned as the silver trees swallowed her presence. My hands tingled. The package was warm to the touch and felt far heavier than it appeared. Back on my ship, the Argent Wanderer, I placed on the steel table and circled it. The wrapping looked hand-woven, some sort of organic fiber. It was sealed with a strange knot I had never seen before. Part of me wanted to open it right there, but her words repeated in my mind, "Alone and far from here." So I lifted the ship off planet. I did not file a report with the patrol. I didn't log the encounter. I just left. I drifted for days through the outer dust fields. I avoided communication. I shut off the ship's auto-tracker. By the 5th day, I was alone enough to satisfy even the strictest alien mystic. I sat in the common room, staring at the package. When I finally undid the knot and unwrapped the fabric my breath caught, inside was something impossible. A human baby. Or something that looked human. She was tiny and perfect and wrapped in a mesh of glowing filaments that kept her safe and asleep. I staggered back. My hands trembled. What was this? How was a living infant placed inside something so small and carried like cargo? I scanned her. Life signs normal. Genetics. My heart skipped. Human. Not hybrid. Not altered. She was human. The package. The words. Why would an alien woman give a human baby to me? Why out here? Why like this? I didn't move for hours. I kept watching her chest rise and fall inside that protective weave. At last I touched the mesh. It dissolved as if sensing my intent, and the baby opened her eyes. She stared at me, not with confusion or fear, but with recognition. As if she knew me. As if she had waited. I whispered, "Who are you?" And to my shock, a voice echoed in my mind. "I am yours." I dropped to the floor stunned. The voice was not hers exactly. It was inside me, but separate like a memory I had forgotten. I tried to speak, but no words came. I held her in my arms. She was real and warm and alive. The next few days were strange. The baby did not cry. She needed no food. She simply existed, and when she looked at me, I felt whole. I checked my own genetic profile against hers. A 99.9% match. She was mine, biologically. Yet I had no children. None I knew of. And still, she was mine. Then came the second vision. I was asleep in my quarters when light filled the room. The alien woman stood by my door. Her eyes glowed brighter this time. "You opened it." I nodded. "You must protect her now," she said. "Who is she?" "Hope." That's not an answer. She stepped closer. "You were chosen long ago before your people even reached the stars. You are her guardian. This child holds a memory of 2 galaxies inside her blood. She is the bridge between what was and what must come." I didn't understand, but I knew she spoke the truth. Somehow I knew. "She will be hunted," the woman continued. "Others will sense her power. She must not fall into their hands." Then she was gone again. No ship, no sound. Gone. I turned my ship away from known space. For the first time in years, I did not seek a mission or destination. I simply ran. Systems blinked offline. Astrogation maps turned to static. But still we moved. The child grew fast. By the end of the 2nd month, she looked 2 years old. She spoke without moving her lips. Her mind was deep. More than mine. She understood physics I barely grasped. She would build things from scrap that altered gravity fields around the cabin. And when she slept, I saw stars in her eyes. I asked her once, "Were you really?" She answered, "I am what comes after." Then one day a ship found us. Dark, silent, and made of shadows that flickered between dimensions. They hailed us without words. Only a presence entered the ship, like smoke. It tried to reach her. She cried. The sound shook the hull, and the thing recoiled. I held her and shouted, "Leave us!" A roar burst from her small body, and light filled the ship. When it cleared, the invader was gone. I looked at her with fear, but she only smiled. "They will keep coming," she said, "but I will protect you too." We fled again. Worlds passed beneath us like grains of sand. But I never felt alone. She was a light in the dark. She taught me things. Things no human could know. She showed me visions of alien civilizations dead for eons. Of stars that birthed thoughts. Of life that existed between particles. And I remembered the alien woman's words. "You must protect her." Years passed. Or seemed to. Time bent near her. She grew and did not grow. She remained small, but her mind towered. We found an ancient space station in a collapsing orbit. Inside it, she placed her hand on a console, and it woke up. Lights glowed and machines stirred. She said, "This place remembers me." There were records and languages I had never seen. She read them in silence and said, "This is where I was born before I was born." I asked her again, "Why me?" She said, "You carried the last code. Your blood was a key. You are my father and my gate." I cried, not from sadness, but awe, that I who had wandered the stars with no purpose, now held the most important life in the universe. And I would give everything to keep her safe. More came. Hunters. Machines made of metal and regret. A fleet of black ships that broadcast static screams. We fled each time, or she turned them away, with a word or thought. She changed the laws around her, like a god in the body of a child. But always, she returned to me, for comfort, for love. Not even power erased her need for warmth. Then came the final day. We landed on a world untouched by history, green and gold and filled with silence. She stood at the edge of a cliff and looked at the stars. "It is time," she said. "For what? For me to sleep again." "Why? They are not ready." She turned to me and smiled. "You are." Then she placed her hand on my chest, and I remembered everything. I saw the moment she was created, not in a lab, but in the mind of a dying star. I saw the alien woman again, but she was not alien. She was the last echo of civilization that had uplifted us long ago, and she had hidden one seed, in human form, in me. My blood was the last trace of a promise made before Earth knew sky. I had been chosen without knowing, a carrier, a vessel, and now, a father. She lay down in the grass, and the world around her changed. Flowers grew faster, the sun slowed, and she slept, not like a child, but like a son going quiet to wait. I built a home around her, simple and silent. I stayed. I wait. One day the stars will call again, and when they do, she will wake, and the universe will learn again what it means to hope. And I will tell them, this package is yours, human, she said. And what I found inside was everything.